Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to day 24 of Inktober Tangles 2023. I hope you're having a great day. I can't believe that we're on day 24. This has been a very good experience for me. I've learned a lot of beautiful new tangles that I've never seen before. And I think I saw Flutch once before when Heidi first brought this one out. I learned about Heidi on Instagram when she had first found out about Zentangle. Her mother passed away, and in her mother's art books was a Zentangle book. And Heidi became a CZT in the seminar just before me, and she has done really well with her teaching. And this is a fun pattern, and this is my disc-bound sketchbook that I made. If you're interested, you can look in the description for a link to how I did this, and that's how I get these pages to use. Okay, so Flutch, day 24 by Heidi K. And before I forget, please look at, when you post to social media, add at @BBL_Tangles so that I know that you've posted, so I can see what you do, and I love looking at your posts. And the hashtag is Inktober Tangles 2023. All right, this has been a fun pattern to learn. If you look at the links in the step out or the page that came from Stephanie Jennifer for all of these, there is a video by Heidi on that page, and I would highly recommend that you look at that. Okay, this one I did by outlining a bijou tile because I wanted to see how it would look if I did just one, and that came out really nice. And then this was just a practice. The way that I see this more than anything is in kind of a grid. Okay, so this was a square grid, the size of a Zentangle tile, and I have an oops there because this little flux was supposed to go under this triangle, but I forgot to put the triangle first. And so there's a saying that says if you can't fix it, feature it. So what I did was just color in that little triangle, and now it looks like the little flux petal is going underneath. So each one of these is a little bit different to show you some of the ideas that I have seen for what people do. And it's a fun pattern. And again, she teaches it in the grid and doing one step in each grid at a time, going around. But for this, I'm going to teach you in just one section. This is a Zentangle 3.5-inch white tile, okay, that we have set up for this Inktober Tangles project with W2, as a string, and that's explained in the introductory videos for this series. All right, so like I said, I'm going to do this one. And that is just one, like a fragment. It's kind of like a fragment that you could put in a grid. And we're going to start by putting the orb here at the top. If you were doing these in the square like she does, then of course that would be in the square. And it's still going to work out fine in our little rectangle. Okay, so she starts with this orb, and then we're going to come off, we're going to take off from the bottom of this orb and do like a flux petal and come back down, okay? And then she goes to this side, comes off of that, do a flux petal, and come back around. Okay, now she goes and puts a second petal. Again, we're coming off of this. And she has it come over and touch that side and then come back down. All right, same thing here. We're going to take off from that orb, come around, and come back to there. Now the next thing that she does is to put the triangles in. Okay, so these little triangles go behind the petals that are already there. And we'll start close to this edge and come down. And then it's going to start curving up. Excuse me. But I'm going to do this first. I'm going to bring it over until it just touches that orb. And then it's going to curve down. And we want it to go to that corner. So touch there. Lift your pen. It's going to go under. And then there. And then let's go ahead and R that on the inside. You can make this as wide or as narrow as you would like. Okay, we're not going to see much of it there. All right, there's that first triangle. I'm going to turn this over. And just try to remember that the biggest part of your triangle meets up with that little orb. So our first part, we're going straight down. Come around, touch that orb. And now we want that to go down and meet there. And then we're going to put our aura inside. All right, there we go. Now we have a third petal. And the third petal is going to come up from here, curve around, and go under this little triangle. And I have seen triangle paper clips, okay, and that's what it kind of reminds me of. Make our curve for our flux petal. It's going to go under and then come back around. And come down. All right, let's do that on this side. I do better by turning my tile. Do what makes you the most comfortable. I'm going to have that one go behind a little bit. It goes into that triangle, curve, and come back around. All right. Basically, that is the pattern. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and ink in these little orbs. I'm putting just a little white sparkle there. Filling it in. I think it gives it a little bit of drama. Let's do this. See, I didn't finish that. Do the same thing here. You can also come back with a white jelly roll and put a little sparkle on there also. Okay, and I liked how she did it here with putting the lines inside the triangle. So I'm going to do that just very lightly. Put these straight lines. When you get to that flux, we're going to go around it. Okay. All right, same thing on this side. Heidi had one in her video that she showed, all kinds of ideas and examples, but she put patterns actually on her flux. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the center lines in each of my petals. The little dot, or the 3 dots. All right, there we go. You could come in and do these in different colors. When I teach, I just teach with the black pen on either a white tile or a pre-colored tile, so that you just see the basics of how to do these patterns, and then you guys take them to the next level. You do that a lot, and I love seeing it. Okay, so for shading, I'm going to go ahead and add shading or graphite on the inside of these little triangles. And where this leaf is going over, we're going to add some. This one is going over those lines, so we're going to go ahead and add graphite along that. Excuse me. And then here. All right. So we got those. While I'm here, I'm going to put just a little graphite at the base of these, coming up the center. For this one, where this is going under, I'm adding some graphite. This one is under that petal, so let's add a little shading there. The bottom here, I'm just kind of moving in this direction. That one is going under, or at least that part of the triangle is under this leaf. Okay, now we're going to add that graphite on the inside of this triangle. And I do have a tendency sometimes to put all my shading down and then go back. Sometimes not. This time, I'm putting all my graphite down. Okay, so basically just adding graphite where one thing goes under another. Okay, I did it there. All right, so let's soften that and see what we think. If you have not seen this before, I keep a long paper clip inside my blending stump so that I can push the end out if I need to, because I'm hard on my blending stumps. All right, so we're just softening this where we put our graphite. Just pulling this up your leaf a little bit and up that center line. All right, there you go. I was kind of worried about how I was going to get this on this little tile, but I think that worked out good. I really like how it looks. So again, that was Flutch by Heidi K. Flutch was a name that her mother made up to rhyme with the word much, as in I love you very much, and then there was something else in the poem and she used the word Flutch. I thought it's a really neat story. All right, there we go. And if you want to see it again, there's my practice page with my oops that I covered up and some ideas for ways to do Flutch. All right, thank you again for joining me. We have finished 6 tiles. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can get them all together on this. I don't know if I have them in order. Let's just lay them down. Let's see what we think. Okay, that is green, needs to match up with green. This one, is that right? No. Or is it? Yeah, that's right. Okay. And this needs to be purple. All right, thanks again for joining me. If you post on social media, sorry, I'm trying to get this stop wiggling. Please use @BBLTangles and come back tomorrow. We will start on our next tile. This is awesome. All right, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.